$160,000 in 4 trading sessions. Let's break it all down, and I'll show you guys exactly how I did it step by step. But before we do that, let's show you guys the proof. As you guys can see here, this is my Trade of 8 broker. This is the account that I've been trading with. Let's go refresh the chart so you guys know there's no funny business happening. I also show this account every single day on my live stream. Now, you guys can see live account, it has a 22.6K P&L. That's my P&L for today as I'm recording, $207,000 in the entire account. Now, let's break down the trade report itself. Same thing here, and let's go to account balance history. So we're going to put a custom range on this because you guys know we started trading this account on Thursday. The wire actually hit live on our stream on Thursday. So make sure this is Thursday right here. Press go. And as you guys can see, this is the account balance. Now, we started with a $50,000 wire to my account. When I go day trade, I don't need more than a certain amount in my account. With my options trading, I only keep 50,000 in there and then I refresh it every week while withdrawing back to 50,000. Same thing with my futures trading. So we started with 50K on our first day and we were able to catch a $21,000 day as the first day. Now, the $26,000 P&L comes from that same day, but in the Globex session, because this was Thursday, New York session, and then Thursday, Globex session. And I did not trade on Friday. I was not available. I was not on the charts. The balance stayed the same at around $0. Now, we came into this week, like I said, 13K day. I'm more than blessed. You know, obviously compared to the rest of the days, it is the smallest one, but more and more than blessed to see these type of numbers in my trading career. Some days are just going to be more high probability than the others. Some days you feel like you're unstoppable, and that was on Tuesday. A monster $72,000 P&L. It was 73 something, but obviously with commissions and everything that gets taken away, it was a $72,000 day realized overall. And this obviously gave our account that massive jump. So at this point, we went from $111,000 to $184,000 on P&L wise. Now, keep in mind, this is all from a $50,000 start. And yes, I do trade a little bit more aggressively compared to my account size. If I have a $50,000 account, I don't mind risking still what is for me 1R, which is 25K, because I'm not basing it off the percentage of my account. I usually just base it off my entire trading net worth essentially and trying to risk 1% of that. This is about a 0.5 risk to 1% risk for me in terms of taking a 1R loss or a win for my overall trading, right? So it's not a huge part of my actual reserves that I have, my long-term portfolio and things like that. You know, even a $50,000 day becomes less than 1%. So when you're looking at this and you're seeing me risk $25,000 on a 50K account, just understand I don't really base it off what is actually shown on the balance. $207,000. How did we get there? That actually happened from today's trading day. This is currently August 5th as I'm recording this, about midway through the week, Wednesday, and we made another 22.6K. So that is how we're able to kind of stack the days. And I want to show you guys why, right? The whole point is not to just show the P&L. This is more so to show the proof, but how and why were we able to trade and how we were so aggressive. Now, the main thing is how and why, right? Why do I only trade my live account certain times and how do I trade them during our high probability conditions? Before we move to the chart, once again, 50K to 207K, $157,000 since Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday trading day as I'm recording this. Let's go into the charts now. Now, I trade every single day live on YouTube for free. That doesn't mean all my trades are also taken on the YouTube live stream because sometimes we get off and then the trade presents itself, so I'll take it. Now, I only trade my live account aggressively when we retrace into these monthly fair value gaps. These are going to be the highest probability area to actually trade out of in the entire market. So we go from, we chop, we tap the monthly gap, I become aggressive, and then we get our move back up or for a reversal. This is how I know when to be aggressive with my live account. Breaking it down further, what did I notice? The entire move down into the monthly gap left behind a lot of low resistance liquidity. I told people on YouTube repeatedly, the move is going to happen so fast, and you guys are going to be wondering why and how did the market go high without a pullback, no retracements. And like I said, when you pair the monthly fair value gap with low resistance liquidity, you can expect expansion days. Now, obviously, a lot of swing highs left behind here, We have more swing highs here. And as you guys can see, as we go all the way up, we just have a huge amount of buy side liquidity resting above. When we get a monthly fair value gap, I like to take a 4-hour confirmation at least, right? Usually I use a 4-hour and 1 day to kind of confirm my bias. As soon as I saw Thursday break a structure in the morning, I realized we're going to get a continuation higher, right? We are getting that monthly to 4-hour continuation. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at my external areas of liquidity, my previous day highs, my previous week highs, and also the relative equal highs that I had marked out before. There's tons of liquidity for us to take. This gives me confidence that we are actually going to get a fluid movement into our buy side area. And this is where I put risk on in my live account, right? These are the moves I like to capitalize on the 4-hour and daily time frame. And like I said, this is how I'm able to gap up my accounts. It's because I am patient enough to wait for the monthly candle and the 4-hour and daily to kind of confirm the move. Now, what do you guys notice here? Right? You have like, oh, Desi, we never retraced into this 4-hour gap and we didn't have this or that. ES was creating SMT. This is where you want to watch both pairs, right? ES is creating SMT, NQ is getting our continuation move up. But you guys can see how nice this 4-hour chart is starting to look like. On Tuesday, August 4th, we had a massive move up, right? We had a massive move up and people were like, we aren't getting any pullbacks. And what did I tell you guys? During high probability conditions, we don't get any pullbacks there. They are very, very shallow, or they happen in the Globex session. So we had a new week opening gap on Sunday. What did the market do? We filled the gap and went. You can be aggressive in terms of looking for longs because a higher time frame aligns with the lower time frame. Also, what else do you notice? We get a 4-hour fair value gap tap here. Now, as we went into our New York session on Tuesday, what do you guys see? Non-stop pressure to the upside. This is a 1,000-point day. This is why I was able to secure a $72,000 day, because we had a trend day. How can I predict a trend day? Because a monthly fair value gap, low resistance liquidity, and we had our manipulation leg. If you're someone who really doesn't understand the entire daily bias, you got to realize we can manipulate for Asia and London and then have a New York distribution. That's exactly what happened. We got our pullback in our Asia session. We got our pullback in Asia. We had some pullbacks during London. And as soon as New York opened, we ended up taking off. And when you look at this on a lower time frame, this is a non-stop trend up and people end up missing this entire move. Keep in mind, you only want to put on a real risk when you're day trading live accounts at these areas. Because if you try to trade the chop here, you're going to end up taking a lot of losses, a lot of paper cut losses, a lot of losses back to back. You lose confidence in the system. As a 7-figure trader, I can say this: most of my profits come from certain months out of the year. What does that mean? I wait for the high probability moves. How do I know this high probability? I look at the monthly gap. We get a monthly gap tap, I can understand that, hey, price is going to be volatile and it's going to have a trending type of move. If we are not in a monthly PD rate and we are chopping on the higher time frame, what do? I simply sit out of the market on my live account. I'll still trade my funded accounts. I'll have some other positions, but on my live account for day trading, I will not entertain the move. That's why I've done more for my trading in these last 4 sessions than I have in the last 2 months, because I understand I can do more damage in this environment with higher size, keeping the risk amount the same in terms of dollar wise, and overall have a better experience trading than trading the chop. That's how, and that's why I was able to turn $50,000 into $207,000 in a few days, is understanding what type of moves happen on the higher time frames when we get the monthly fair value gap tap. It's the exact same system over and over again. And I challenge you in this video to go look at previous price action and see what happens when you tap into monthly fair value gaps. They are usually extremely volatile and do not leave a lot of retracements. And that leads to what? Trend days. And that's what we want to capitalize on with our day trading. Now, if you guys want more information on how I trade and a full breakdown, I am hosting a free masterclass live August 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss out. Spots are limited. Secure them now. The link will be in the description. There's no time limit on it. We will continue it for 5 hours if I feel like that's necessary. There will be no recording of this as well. This is a live masterclass. Make sure you guys join the link down below, and I'll see you guys on August 11th.